throw that kickstand down, pop a cold one, and sit back and relax. It's time for the John and Heather Show, featuring John and Heather Toto, Florida's favorite biker couple, documenting the biker lifestyle and bringing you the latest in events and interviews from the biker world. And now, here's John and Heather.
Hey, it's the
John and
Heather Show coming to you live from
our production studio, riding with this fine bunch back here, born to ride. And it's Tuesday, baby.
That's right, it's Taco Tuesday, baby, or Taco Tuesday, and I love them tacos, so let's get some tacos, kiddos, bring them up here and get ready for a wonderful show. It's a great night, so let's get ready to go!
Oh. So how you like it? I got the beard kind of trimmed. What do you think?
He looks pretty spiffy, doesn't he?
I think I like the beard like this. I think I want to keep it a little bit on the short side. At work, I got stuck in something, so I had to get it cut a little bit short. And every time I put my damn helmet on, it gets caught in the clasp. So I'm sick of pulling my whiskers out every time I take my helmet off. So I did this, and it was a beautiful day today. So the wife and I went riding, and I got two of my bikes. Well, one's getting an oil change. The other one, I'm still trying to get the suspension worked on. I just haven't been able to bring it to the shop. So I was stuck with my track bike, which I picked up, my Ducati Panigale. And I love riding that bike. The problem with it is it's like riding a toaster. Just the bike is hot. I mean, I love riding it.
Very hot.
I love riding it, but it's so hot. It's but it's just so damn fast, and it's so sexy. It's so nice to ride. I don't know. When you get that feeling of a bike that you can ride, that you just twist the throttle, and next thing you know, you're in a different county. I mean, that's how fast the bike is. I mean, so needless to say, I love doing it. I had Heather behind me the whole time.
We had a great ride. It was a beautiful day.
We just did errands.
Yeah, and you know what? Why not? That's what we do. If we've got to go out and run an errand, why take the cage?
That's right.
Ride, baby. That's what we do. Right. We ride. And we've got a lot of stuff upcoming. We've got things to tell you all about. So I'm going to start with what's going on and what's happening all around. And we've got some new stuff coming up. First on the cuff, the new issue of Born to Ride is out.
Issue is right here. It just came out a few days ago. Go ahead and pick that up at your local motorcycle dealers, local bars, especially in Citrus County, because we deliver them all out there. And come and get your copy, and you can go ahead and pick it up.
That's right. And we've got Wrench Fest coming up. Wrench Fest is going to be at Riveters. This is going to be a great thing to attend. It's going to be on December 14th. That's this Saturday at Riveters. Wrench Fest event. I'll be there. I hope to see you all there. It's going to be lots of fun. Check it out if you can't find it in the magazine. It's up on our YouTube, up on our Facebook, up on Instagram, up on TikTok. It's up on everything.
That's about right.
You can't miss it. Wrench Fest, guys. Here it is. Wrench Fest, December 14th. And it's going to be a lot of fun at Riveters. You don't want to miss it. We've also got coming up
Sound Off competition. Oh, we're
I'm sorry. At the Tampa Bay Harley Davidson. We've got coming up
25th anniversary celebration. Come on down there. You want to win. It looks like you can win a brand new Harley.
That's right. You can. And you can also go and see Ron Galletti Jr. He sells bikes there. And if you want, you could go and buy yourself a new bike right from him and get yourself a heck of a deal.
And that's going on. Let's see. Click on that. There we go. And that's going to be going on probably at the same time.
This Saturday, December 14th. And you'll also get to see Ron Galletti Sr. He'll be out there.
Go ahead and buy a bike from one of our friends. And I'm sure they'll hook you up with a great deal.
That's right.
Let's see what we got there.
Then this Thursday,
we got bike night at the Monkey Bar, Florida Cracker Kitchen. Come on down there. We always have games. We have all kinds of stuff going on. We have Amy that's going to be there. Amy
Action
Moody,
Amy.
Action Amy, and Joker Jeff, her husband, will be there. We'll be giving out prizes.
DJ Trey.
DJ Trey. Also, there's going to be music with him.
It's always a
They
good
got great
time.
pizza too. They got really, really good pizza.
Yes, they do. And we'll be there. I'll be in full swing having a great time.
Yep. And then we got
Thunder by the Bay coming
February
up.
14th through the 16th. We're going to try to make that event. I'm going to do the best I can to make that event.
Yes, we will.
Yep, that's going to be a weekend event. You got to come down there. We're there almost every year. We'll be there in full force. Hopefully, we'll bring the golf cart, ride that sucker all around, get some use out of that golf cart.
That's right, man. We will be out at Gibtown. That's coming up before.
That's going to be January 10th, 11th, and 12th. That is coming up next month. Again, we were going to be there. We're going to be in full force, hanging out, doing our thing, and just come by and get our picture taken with us. Hopefully, you'll make it into the magazine.
That's right. We'll have a good time and see you out there.
And always, you got Webster's Swap-A-Rama the first Saturday and Sunday of the month. If you're looking for that unique motorcycle part for that unique Harley that you have, it doesn't even have to be a Harley. They got Indians, they have metrics, they have everything. Come down there and find a vendor, find the part, and go ahead. Or you can build your own bike with everything they have there.
That's right. And guess what, guys? We've got Bike Week coming up
at the Cackleberry Campgrounds, the only place to play and stay. Again, we'll be at the Cackleberry Campgrounds for Bike Week coming up this year. Was it March 9th through the
11th?
11th, or
yeah,
or more than that. 13th?
13th, I'm sorry.
Yeah, something like that. So it definitely starts March 9th. We'll give you the specific dates on that, but definitely Cackleberry Campgrounds for Bike Week coming up starting March 9th. You want to be down there and just look at the shenanigans.
That's right, because Bike Weeks bring tons of shenanigans. And if you can't find a place to stay for Bike Week, to look up Marcus at Camp Easy Ride.
Camp Easy Ride is a wonderful organization. You basically show up, party, drop, and repeat and leave.
That's right.
And that's it. You just go ahead and do what you got to do and basically party and then leave. And they set the tents up. They break the tents down. They got everything from masseuses. They got pools, jacuzzis, everything you can name it, it's there.
And it's always a good time with Camp Easy Ride. All right, guys, so that's what we got coming up. We're looking forward to it. It's going to be lots of fun. You don't want to miss these events because these events are always fun with lots of shenanigans and always a good time. And we always come out there and we'll meet you there.
Now, don't we have a prayer coming up?
We do. We've got Christian Motorcycle Association, and they are going to give us a little excerpt right here. So let's go ahead and listen to what Christian Motorcycle Association has to say. To Ride Magazine, Lohman Law Firm, and Crystal Harley Davidson. And I'm also here with Teach and Bats from the CMA organization, and that's the Crystal Motorcycle Association. And they're here, and they're going to tell us a little bit about what they're doing, and they're also going to show us something special, right, Teach?
Hey, thank you. So, Teach and Bats, and we're going to give us a little word of encouragement tonight as we are here at Florida Cracker Monkey Bar, so that we can do bike blessings, we can pray with people who are here, and so tonight we're going to talk about unity, because we know that through the things that have been happening over the course of the last month or so, there seems to be a lot of division in this nation, and so we're going to speak against that, and we're going to talk about a unified people, a unified brotherhood, and we're thankful to be among the bikers. And so tonight's first scripture that we're thinking about as we speak on unity is out of Ecclesiastes 4:12, and it says, "A person standing alone can be attacked and defeated, but two can stand back to back and conquer, and three are even better, for a triple braided cord is not easily broken." And so when we think about back to conquer, when you're by yourself, things can really happen, but if we're standing back to back like this, we can see a lot more, we can defend one another, and we can divide and conquer. And that's just being a veteran, that's just one of those things that I'm really careful to think about and I really enjoy. And so today, as we're talking about unity and coming together, I want you to think about those that you can come into agreement with in unity so that you can divide and conquer. And then we have...
you're inspiring me, Teach. I'm thinking about, I think it's in Luke. It talks about how in the chapter 10, about how Christ sent out disciples to go and share the love of Jesus throughout the communities. 2 by 2. Don't go alone. Do it together. It's one of the best ways to do is to gather people who will do what you love to do and move together in groups. There's safety in groups. There's victory and ability to get things done in groups. What do you think, Teach? You got another idea?
I think that's absolutely great. And when we are together, when we're grouping together, in Ephesians chapter 4, verse 16, it says, God makes the whole body fit together perfectly, as each part does its own special work. It helps the other parts grow so that the whole body is healthy and growing and full of love. So when I think of all the people that are in our chapter, all the people that we work with and minister with, we know that each person has a unique ability. And I want you to know each of you have a unique ability that you bring into the groups that you are running with. And so I want you to think about how can you bring your talents, your gifts to the table, and it helps a person helps the entire group to grow, to be healthy, and to divide and conquer and to go forth. And so we are talking about victory this day. And so do you have anything else?
Well, you know, you're incredible, Teach. You just bring all kinds of stuff out of me. I'm reminded in it's Genesis 7. It talks about how the animals, they went 2 by 2. God caused those animals to collect on Noah's Ark. And there's a chance that all of you remember the story about Noah and those animals. It's really better to do it in groups. And so, Teach, I'm really happy to be together with you today. I just love John and Heather and the John and Heather show. We all love being together in unity. And I just want to thank you all for listening to this sweet little story about unity.
And so would you like to start us in prayer, and then we'll pray together and finish up?
Hallelujah. We just we call on Jesus to come into this place. Lord, we give you all the glory and the praise for this time together, and we thank you, oh God, that your word just emulates story after story about unity. Wayne and I, Teach and I found 4 beautiful scriptures, but there are so many more, Lord. We thank you for your word. We love your word, Lord, and we just give it up for unity today.
And Lord, as we come together, Lord, and each person brings their gifting and talents into their group. Lord, we thank you, mighty King, that you granted each one to be able to have that innate special ability. And Lord, we thank you, Lord, that as they grow and they are healthy, Lord, that they give you glory for what you have done in their lives. And so, Lord, we thank you, Almighty King, for your goodness, that we are able to operate and function in what you have designed for us. And so we honor you today as we pray in that mighty name of Jesus of Nazareth. Amen and amen.
Well, amen to that. That was the Christian Motorcycle Association. That was Teach.
And Babs, thank you
Babs,
so
yes.
much.
We always want to put out a little bit of a prayer. Everybody could use it. Everybody likes a little bit of prayer, and it's always good to have a little
Unity.
and an angel on your shoulder. Just don't ride faster.
That's right. Never ride faster than your angels, baby.
That's my problem. Yeah, that's my problem. I like to go fast.
Yes, you do, baby. Well, we got a comment. Let's see who's on with us. We've got Michael Crossman, Pork Butt. How you doing, Michael?
We love Michael Crossman. We only call him Pork Butt because he could smoke the best beef in the world.
He makes
And
the
pork,
best. Mwah.
He made a pork butt one time that fell off the bone at Camp Easy Ride. That was amazing.
Yes, and that's one of the things you never know. If you go to Camp Easy Ride, you might run into him and get to have some of his wonderful roast. All right, guys, tonight's a special night.
It's a little bit different. Blake had some things he had to take care of tonight, so we're going to be doing a little bit different with the show. We're bringing on something that's a little bit different for us. We're bringing on this amazing 10-year-old boy and his father. Now, this child, I don't even call him a child. He did a manly thing because I couldn't do it.
That's right. He's more of a man than most men.
More of a man than most men, because I'll tell you right now, I can't do what this kid did. His name is Samuel Adventure, and he does that because this guy with his father, Joe Evermore, climbed El Capitan. I couldn't imagine
is something.
you're talking about
he is the youngest to climb ever. And ascent via rope.
Yeah, ascending rope, ascension.
Ascending via
Yeah, I'm
rope.
not a mountain climber, so we'll get them to give you the specifics on that. But he set a record for it.
Yes, he did.
You know, for his age, being able to climb.
He is the youngest ever at 10. 10.
Like, I couldn't even get close to the Grand
10.
Canyon, and this kid will climb it.
Yeah, that's
Keeps
true.
this up pretty soon. He's going to be a monkey.
And we're
Wow.
going to show you one of his videos right now. Let me bring up one of his videos for you, and we will go ahead and show that.
Which one do you want to do?
Let's bring this one up.
Okay.
Portal watch, and I was really scared.
Here we go.
It has been just fun. Okay, so I was on the portal watch, and I was really scared because I didn't want to fall off. That was the most thing I was scared about. Because, Dad, you better not tip this portal edge over. So I will. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Did you have fun on the portal edge?
Yeah.
What was your favorite part about it?
Watching a movie.
What are you looking forward to tonight?
Sweeping in your sweeping bag.
Anything else?
Eating dinner.
Yeah.
What's been your favorite part about the trip so far?
I don't know. Do you know?
Oh my goodness. Did you see that? He's 10. He's on the edge of the cliff, and he's playing with the
Oh, no.
little finger string thing, talking to Dad.
Oh, like it's
Dad's
nothing.
asking him questions.
Oh, yeah. I'm a million feet in the air. Not a problem.
That's on El Capitan. He is on El Capitan on that video. I think he's on it on this video too. Let's see.
Mountain, and that was a pro.
Okay. All right, what are you doing, Sam?
Leading downwards.
This is the one time you have to lead down on the route to traverse.
I have such a good question. Is there ever been a climb where you have to lead it downwards and you belay it downwards?
Well, this one.
Like, what if that was a thing? Think of how weird that would be.
I think that is a thing, and you're doing it right now.
No, but like, if you like hiked up a mountain and that was a approach, and then you would climb down it like I am right now.
Yeah, maybe.
But then how would you fall?
You could start it.
Doesn't make any sense.
Well, it just sucks for the seconder. Because you better put gear in for him.
Or else
He's sitting there talking about what if he falls. He doesn't even seem to mind. Did you see how high up that boy was?
I'm getting anxiety just watching that.
I mean, oh my. All right, let's watch this video. Now that was the clip. There was no sound on that one. That was a clip of different things that he was doing. Let's watch this one.
I think we saw that one already.
pitch black. I remember looking down and watching the light from my headlamp be absorbed into darkness. I was thousands of feet above the ground. So cool. Me and my dad were climbing the tallest sheer wall in North America, El Capitan. Have you ever heard the phrase, adventure is my middle name? Well, my name's Sam, and adventure actually is my middle name.
We read about you in the newspaper a couple days ago, and I didn't believe it.
It's I can't imagine anybody going up there, let alone an 8-year-old.
They must be from a family that do that because it's amazing.
Mastery over fear, that kind of courage that, man, I want for my boys.
Sammy, what's your favorite part been?
Probably climbing with Daddy. We're gonna get up there in the dark.
Kids can do a lot more than people give them credit for. So, yeah,
Don't bubble wrap your kids.
I've got a unique perspective on adventure. You don't plan for an adventure. Rather, an adventure usually starts when something goes wrong. And it was in the island that sometimes the best part is also the hardest part.
What a smart boy. 10 years old. And did you hear what he said? He said, you don't plan for an adventure. Rather, an adventure begins when something goes wrong. That is so true.
Yes, it is.
And at 10, he knows this.
Yes.
That is amazing.
We even have Daniel Hopkins from Leeds, England watching. He's saying he's going to share it on Bikers Hangout.
Hi, Daniel.
Daniel, that's actually one of our platforms. The John Heather Show is on the radio with DJ Wumble over there.
That's right. We are on the radio with Bikers Hangout.
That's right.
We love Bikers Hangout.
Worldwide Biker Hub. Oh, yeah. India Hayes is a good friend of ours. Daniel, and look for our show on Bikers Hangout, the John Heather Show. It's going to be on the DJ Wumble Show, so you'll hear us on there. I don't know if you realize that, but we're on that too.
Yes, so thank you, Daniel.
Thank you.
Pleasure meeting you, Daniel. Okay, guys, I don't know if you realize how special this young man is. This young man is incredible to be doing these things at 10 years old. Instead of playing video games and other things like that, he's out with his family climbing mountains. And this family is very unique. When you find out about this family, you're really going to be intrigued. Dad climbs. There's 3 other brothers, and they're all very adventurous.
Mm-hmm.
They all do adventure climbing.
Like I said, I was getting anxiety just watching him on the side of the cliff like that. Jeez.
And they all have unique names.
Mm-hmm.
Even the newest addition to the family, who happens to be just days old, maybe a week old now. So I can't wait for them to come on and tell us all about it. They're going to tell you all about their family and how they got to climbing, and about Sam, and Sam's even going to come on, and depending upon how Sam's feeling tonight, we might get a word or two from him.
Yeah,
we'll see. But what a unique family. What a really just wow, great young man.
Yes. Want to play another video?
Yeah, let's show another
Let's
video.
throw one on the end.
Baker is representing Colorado Springs in the USA National Climbing Competition. He's also just 9 years old. KRDO News Channel 13's Natasha Lynn joins us from Gripstone Climbing Gym, where Sam is reaching new heights.
In the regional championship, youth athletes compete against various teams in 5 different states. In this type of competition, climbers are judged on how many holds they reach, while on a time limit. Many of the athletes start from a young age. 9-year-old Sam Baker started climbing around age 3 with his dad, Joe. Currently in regionals, Sam holds first place, but he has his sights set on a more global scale, making history last year as the youngest person to summit El Capitan. His next adventure?
My next goal is the Grand Tetons, and I'm doing a climb there. And then after that, then I'm doing the Matterhorn in Europe.
Sam says these competitions keep him ready and in shape for these extravagant worldly adventures. The next one he's tackling this summer. For Sam, the sky's the limit.
You have to get to the top now that you're so close to the top.
For KRDO News Channel 13, I'm Natasha Lynn.
You have to get to the top because you're so close to the top. That is so true.
I like that attitude.
Very much so.
I'll tell you right now, that's a boy that is age of
He's wisdom. Older than his wisdom is older than his age.
There you go. That's what I was trying to spit out. I couldn't quite get that out. But that's just incredible. I mean, the videos that he has, or I mean, we even got some more.
He's going to be doing the Grand Tetons?
Yeah, Grand Tetons.
Wow, this boy is incredible. His parents are just really great parents to be getting these children so involved. All right, let's watch this one, and then I think they're going to be in the green room waiting for us.
Okay.
This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, 100% need his name up in lights. He just wants to be heard, whether it's the beat of the mic. He feels so unlike everybody else, alone, in spite of the fact that some people still think that they know. But no, he knows the code. It's not about the salary, it's all about reality and making some noise, making a story, making sure his click stays up. That means when he puts it down, Tox picking it up. Let's go.
Who the hell is he anyway? He never really talks much, never concerned with status, but still even in starstruck. Humble through opportunities given despite the fact that many misjudge him because he makes a living from right.
Wow.
Do you know, I mean, if they put me up in that harness, up on the side of that thing, we've zip-lined, but I don't think I could climb. I would probably be just hanging off the side like, ah.
Yeah, but you're fearless. When we went to the Grand Canyon, you were like standing on the cliff face, just looking down, snapping pictures. I couldn't even get 10 feet to the railing.
I am fearless, but I would love to do it. But this boy is definitely fearless. 10 years old. Good God.
Wow.
Amazing.
I'm still wowing over all of it. I mean, I've tried those rock climbing walls before too.
I've fallen off them.
Mm-hmm.
Thank God they had the harness on my butt.
That's right. Want to do one more and then bring them on?
All right, we got one more. Let's show this one. This one, they're just going up. Let me see. This is a synopsis. Wow. Look at that. All right.
Let's try the next one.
No, that's all right. We've
Okay.
got them in the green room.
Okay.
And I think it's time to go ahead and
Okay,
bring them
remove it.
on.
All right. Now, Joe and Sam, are you ready down there in the green room? If you're ready, give me a thumbs up.
All right.
How you guys doing?
Hi, Joe. Hi, Sam.
Hello.
Hey, so excited to be here.
How you
Wow.
guys doing?
We're doing all right.
After hearing that introduction, we can't wait to hear ourselves speak.
Well, tell us a little bit about yourself. Like, what got you guys started? How your story got? Because I know you have a huge backstory with this. I know what our fans and your fans would love to hear it. Tell us about the backstory, what you're driving for.
First off, Joe,
Oh, okay.
did you climb before? Were you climbing and then you got the family started?
Oh yeah. I've been climbing since somewhere between 4th and 6th grade is when I started, and then really it's been a lifelong passion. And my wife and I fell in love climbing, and then as soon as we had children, we didn't know really what to do with them. We couldn't afford a babysitter, so they just started climbing with us.
I love that.
Yeah.
Why not? Take them along with you, man. That's what we do with all our family too. Take them along with us.
Yeah, we started ours riding motorcycles, so I understand completely. Who
Yep.
needs a babysitter? You teach them what you're doing.
That's exactly right. Now, like I was saying before, tell us about your backstory, Joe, and tell us how the family got involved with all of this, and especially with your son.
Yeah. So one good story is I invited my wife, who was just a friend at the time, to the Cirque of the Towers with me, with a few other guys, and the two of us got stranded up on this huge wall called Wolf's Head, and we spent the night up there shivering, and that's when I knew I had the one, and so that's become a very sacred place for us in Wyoming. And this last summer, my son Sylvan became the youngest person to ever climb Wolf's Head. The two of us did it together, and so it's we're just kind of bringing our sons into our love story, into our family story, and it's really, climbing is a way of life for us. It's we think of it as kind of like a samurai sport, where it really is. It's how we teach them about the whole world. Like, everything that they know is learned through climbing, and so it's definitely just a central part of our life.
I bet when you're up there, you relate, like you said, everything you know relates to climbing. So all your life lessons come from there.
It's all concentration too.
Yeah. Oh, so much. Our kids have to learn all these disciplines so early. And, if you want to do it safely, you've got to learn all these disciplines and then like really kind of begin to focus in on becoming self-regulated. That's like the first level of a kid, gaining discipline and being courageous, is that inner self-regulation where they can control their emotions, because climbing is scary and it's hard and it's brutal on your body. And when you're up there on these big walls. And so we focus in there first, and we develop that. And then once we get through kind of self-regulations, we start to really build like on a kid's courage. And then once they begin to have courage, you can actually begin to encourage them, and they begin to desire self-mastery. And we see that right now happening in Sam. At least I do.
How did you get them to, or how did they show they wanted to do this and they wanted to listen and learn? Because it's very hard to get children to listen.
Yeah,
that's true. Yeah, I mean, it's you got to keep it fun. Like, so we try to keep our climbing really fun. For young kids, it's like always bring like a lot of snacks, and it's always about like snacks on each pitch, and then we'll bring toys up the wall, and we'll have kites on the wall, and we've done what other fun things have we done? We've done
a kite. We've done the thing where we shot the tennis balls.
Yeah, we had this thing. This thing that shoots tennis balls, but we hooked them up with cords so we could retrieve the tennis balls. We're shooting them at each other.
I saw him playing with one thing on the video where he was you know how the kids have the string and they play with the string with the hands.
Were you tying knots and learning how to tie knots?
We did not. He's really good with a yo-yo.
Okay.
Maybe that was a yo-yo. I don't know, but he was doing something with
string.
With his fingers and string.
Some string things. I don't know which video that is. What were you doing, Sam? He doesn't know. Probably.
Sam, tell me, what is your favorite thing about climbing?
Climbing with my dad.
Yes, but
that is so cool.
But what makes you? Does it make you happy? I mean, what does it do for you? How do you feel when you're climbing?
I just love getting to the top.
And how do you feel when you start off at the bottom?
I feel like, let's do this thing.
I love it.
He also gets fired up at competitions too. He's won a lot of climbing competitions.
I didn't even know they had rock climbing competition.
Yeah, they sure do. Yeah.
Now, I saw that you also sleep on the side of the mountain. I mean, how is that for you guys doing? Like, how do you set that up, and how do you do that? Well, I've seen pictures of people do that, but how do you do that? And like, when you're sleeping, are you afraid that you're going to like fall off the mountain or anything like that?
It's for you, Sam.
Yep.
Well, you're like sleeping on like a portage, which is like this flat thing that's on the wall, and then you just sleep on it.
But how do you not fall off?
Oh, yeah.
You're always clipped in.
That's right. That's right. You're never not clipped in. You're bolted to the wall. So, because the portaledges are kind of rickety things, and in fact, the wind sometimes lifts you up when you're on them at night, and it lifts you up, and it feels really like gentle and nice, but then the wind releases you and it drops you against the anchors, and nothing will scare you or wake you up more than that. Let's say, yeah.
Wow.
You'll think you're dying when that happens.
I mean, I do dangerous stuff too. I enjoy dangerous sports myself. You know, did you show Sam a picture of the bike?
I didn't. I'll show it to him right now.
Yeah, because I do dangerous stuff too, Sam. I ride motorcycles really, really fast around the track.
But he doesn't like heights, that's for sure.
Yes.
So he would not be doing what you do, Sam.
I don't like heights. Yeah, that's me.
He's got his knee down. He's about to.
I was getting into the apex of the turn right there.
Isn't that cool? He's going really fast.
Yeah, I do MotoGP for a hobby. Yeah, see, I like going fast. Too scary. We got people saying.
We've got Laura saying it's too scary for me. Yeah, Laura.
It's scary for me too.
I mean, I'll tell you right now, I like doing dangerous stuff, but that's like in my comfort zone. I know when I'm on the bike and I'm going fast, I have training, I have gear, I have lots of gear, you know. And
so do they.
So I know exactly. That's why, you know, and for me, that's just the rush and the adrenaline. I like doing it because it's something I could do that I know a lot of other people can't. Because I can't climb a mountain like that. I'm afraid of heights, you know, but I'm not afraid of speed, you know. So how do you feel being able to do something that other boys your age can't do?
It feels so fun.
Do you like to talk about it?
Yeah, do you talk about it to your friends and stuff?
Not that much.
They don't really understand, do they? It's hard to comprehend, you know, like it's a different, it's such a, like, if he says he went rock climbing last weekend, how can he even relate? How can anyone relate with what he's talking about when we're on the side of these massive walls? So that is a hardship. I think it's kind of like a loneliness to that, where very few people really can comprehend it, especially when they're not even on social media.
Wow.
Now, I heard that you're taking on a new challenge, Sam. What is your new challenge going to be?
The Matterhorn
Where is that?
in Switzerland.
Oh my. And how big is that?
How tall is it?
I don't know. It's just really tall.
It's
really
14,
tall.
it's like 14.5 or something, but it's more about, actually it might be 15 something. I think it's 15 something, but it's really more about what this mountain has and the way that it is that makes it so crazy. It's not about how tall it is. It's an extreme mountain, and it's actually one of the most dangerous mountains too. But if you've ever seen the Matterhorn, it captivates you. It's like it almost puts a spell over you. It's the most beautiful mountain in the world. It's the most famous mountain in the world. Do you guys know what the Matterhorn looks like? Have you ever seen a picture of it?
No.
If you look up a picture of it right now, you'll realize you've seen it 100 times. It's right at the center of the Disney logo, has the Matterhorn in it.
Okay.
It looks like it's a diamond. So there's like it has 4 ridges and 4 faces, and I think more people die doing the Matterhorn than any mountain. Really, wow. It's crazy. It's crazy what it offers. But we're going to be doing the safest route of it. But
have you climbed it before, Joe?
So this last summer, me and Sam attempted it, and we hit a cutoff time, which on mountains like this, there's established times when you should turn around, just like on Everest. Like you don't want to reach the summit of Everest at night, because then you're dead, because then you're halfway done, because you're still got to get back alive to camp, and that's mission number 1 is coming back alive. And so we hit a cutoff time, and that was an established time. And even though we missed it by 5 minutes and we were 1,200 feet from the summit, and we planned it for a year, we turned around. And so we came around the world to do it. And so we are retraining for it, and we're going to do it again. We're going to get it done, and we're going to come back home. And it was a good lesson, though, because 2 weeks after that, some guys went up the Matterhorn, 3 guys went up the Matterhorn, completely blew off their cutoff times on the same route, on the same mountain, and all 3 of them died.
Wow. God, I got chills.
Yeah. So I feel like we made the right decision.
Definitely.
Do you have to bring oxygen with you?
No, it's not that kind of mountain, but it's so on this kind of mountain, if you reach the summit at, let's say, 10 or 11 o'clock, you can't even fly a kite. But by like 2 o'clock, it could be 100-mile-an-hour wind and like total whiteout where you can't see anything.
Wow.
And like that's a regular daily schedule. And so if you miss that schedule, you could be coming down in a really difficult situation. And the way the Matterhorn works is you got to stay on route, because as soon as you get off route on that mountain, think of it, it's just a pile of like Jenga blocks. They're just like all of these pieces that are just all broken and they're all loose. And as soon as you get off route, you're in a really bad situation on that mountain. And so you can't be in a whiteout up there unless you know the place like a guide would.
Sam, do you ever get scared up there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? That's a good thing that you can admit it.
Yeah.
Definitely. It's very good. Nervousness and being scared, ain't nothing wrong with that.
Well, we talk a lot about how fear is not about not fear, but courage is not about not having the fear, but it's about having the fear and pushing through it.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's never about not having the fear. Not having fear would be very dangerous. You'd actually be a terrible person if you didn't have fear. And in the same way, like I had a friend who had a severed nerve in his leg in a botched surgery, and lost all feeling down his leg and down his feet. And you'd think that would be like a wonderful thing to like not have pain. But this guy stepped on a nail and didn't even know it. And he bled out all over his house as he was walking around his house. And you think about something like that. It's like pain is something we don't like, but it's actually there for a really good reason. And so is fear. Fear is there to keep you alive. And but what we want to train ourselves in is how to know when it's right and when it's wrong, and how to push through it, and how to have that inner strength to move forward, you know, based on logic and reason when our body is telling us no. And so we work a lot on that.
I definitely understand, because sometimes I'll be coming in a turn kind of hot and kind of fast, and I look back at my training and I realize what I got to do, and I'll breathe through those turns sometimes. I'll catch myself as I'm going around a turn and I'm doing something like that, and then when I get out of the turn, I kind of realize what I did, and by doing that, and I've even talked to the pros, they said, oh, that happens. That means you're doing it right. You know, and I'm like, oh, okay, I didn't even realize that, because, again, you're controlling your fear. You know, and remembering your training, that's always something else. Remembering your training. And with you guys, it's making sure you're strapped in. I guess making sure you're nailed to the wall, like you said.
Making sure you have snacks.
You didn't miss one. Herbert, snacks. You didn't miss hammering one of them in. I mean, that's just, to me, that's scary. Now, as a father, have you ever had an experience with Sam that you were like, oh, man, you know, I'm a little nervous about this? Or has the entire time with you been like, I'm just going to push him and push him and push him?
So it's really rare that we have ever had a close call. That's not something that's normal for us. It's certainly not something we celebrate at all. But we did have one. And I'll tell you the story. It was really out of the ordinary. We were climbing a wall. It's on your nose there. We were climbing a wall called Petit Grapan, and it's here in Colorado. When I told people that I think Sam was 7 at the time, I told people my 7-year-old was going to do it, they didn't believe me. They said that's impossible. And so it's a huge, gigantic wall that at the top of it turns into like a knife blade, where it's not very wide at all on both sides, and you're way in the air. And when we got to the wall on the first pitch, we ran into a mountain goat, and this mountain goat was super friendly. It wanted to stay about like 8 feet from us.
Okay.
Just look at us and chew but it wouldn't get any closer, but it wouldn't get any farther. And it just hung out with us. And when we started climbing, the mountain goat decided to climb with us. And honestly, this is not easy climbing. This is not normal mountain goat climbing, but he just kept following us. And it was actually kind of terrifying when he was following us, because he's on hooves and he's always like scraping the rock next to us, you know, you think it's off any second. So I leaned all the way up to a giant ledge, and the mountain goat just comes right up with me and is just standing 8 feet from me. And so when I get up to the ledge, and then Sam comes up to the ledge, and because the ledge is so wide, I tell Sam, hey, just take your rope and go over there, go 100 feet that way, and then clip in over there. So he had to have 100 feet of rope out as he went over there. So he's just about to clip in on this other side of this ledge, and the goat gets tangled in Sam's rope. And
oh my!
So Sam is anchored to me, but he's got 100 feet of rope from me to him. And this goat gets caught in the line and just starts pulling Sam like he's a doll, because he's like just bouncing across this ledge. And if Sam goes over the front of the wall, he's going to fall 100 feet and against the rock swinging, we'd probably leave in a helicopter if that happened. And there was another climber there that kind of dive tackled Sam into a bush, which created enough rope tension that allowed the goat to get free. And the goat almost went off the cliff too. But man, that was by far the closest call.
Wow. Do you remember that, Sam?
But Sam, you can't even, that's not even really your fault. You can blame that one on the goat. I mean, that's the story. It's like, it wasn't me, it was the goat.
It's crazy.
Wow. Because I was just thinking of that tension. People are laughing on the chat line. I mean, I could just,
oh my gosh.
And when she started laughing after that, I mean, because I could just see it. Because if he went, that tension would do one of these with you strapped to him. That would pull you off with him, wouldn't it?
You pull him right. He was going for it. It was so sketchy, and man, everything. I was like, there was nothing I could do. I was just frozen. If there was anything I could do,
filming it, Dad.
Oh, I didn't film that part.
All right, you filmed the second time.
Yeah,
You
so
pulled
so
it.
so then we anchored him, and then the goat got stuck in the lines again, and I filmed that, and so we have that footage. But and that was kind of terrifying too, because I was like, "Did we double check? Is Sam hooked in?" You know, but he wasn't. That's where I got filmed, but I didn't film it the first time. I had no idea that was going to happen.
And I'll tell you right now, living in Colorado also helps at the mountain climbing, because Heather and I have been to Colorado before, and I'm a Florida person. Where I live is 64 feet above sea level. Okay? Every place I was in Colorado was 7,000 feet above sea level.
That's where we live, 7,000. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, because I have a bus that has an altimeter in it. You know, it's just part of the radio, and this fancy radio I have in it has a little GPS altimeter in it. And I went up on I-70. We pulled over on a place on I-70, and it was, 11,500 feet?
Something like that.
And I'm telling you, I was walking, and I could feel myself getting short of breath.
Yeah,
Just from the
how does that
altitude.
handle
That's
you?
why I was asking you if you guys have to bring oxygen with you, because at 11,500 feet, I found myself a little short of breath.
Do you ever find yourself short of breath?
Yes.
Yes. But it's not at oxygen level yet, but it is. Yes, you're allowed to play that card.
I wish that we could have brought oxygen. I feel like I would have done better.
Yeah, it's true.
Because you get acclimated living at that height for so long, living in Colorado Springs. As we drove through there, it's a beautiful town.
How old was Sam on his first climb?
Yeah.
How old were you? So I mean, pretty much when Sam started walking, we'd put him in a backpack, and we would put a harness on him, and we'd climb him up, and he'd get out on a ledge where he'd be, and I'd give him some toys and keep him clipped in, and then climb to the next pitch. And he was with us from it went crawl, walk, and then rock climb for him.
That's so awesome. And you did that with all your boys, right?
Oh yeah, they're all.
And you have 4 boys.
Yeah.
You have one you just had, correct?
Yeah, that's the new one, Blaze.
And how old is Blaze?
4 days. Yes.
God bless. And God bless Mom.
Yes, definitely. 4 days old. I'm surprised you're awake right now.
No, he hasn't slept yet.
Yeah, I was just saying, you haven't slept yet
tonight, so I'm looking forward to that.
Wow. Well, that's also one thing. By having him so young at a height, you're going to overcome your fears because you become acclimated and used to it because you were born that way. That's
Right.
like a monkey that's born in a tree is not afraid of heights because they lived in the tree their whole life. With you being a young boy and being with your father at that height, that just got you so acclimated. Is there any times that, you look it down and you're like, wow, we're up here high?
Yeah.
Do you like it?
Yeah.
Do you love it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I could see that smile. You do.
I'd be too busy looking around at nature.
What's a wall you thought was really high?
El Capitan.
Yeah, El Capitan's crazy. When you're up there hanging from your Jumars, it's like you have eternity below you. You can't even make out a human on the ground. You're so far away. You can barely see a car.
Wow.
Yeah.
And how do you decide on what things? I know you foster their own. You want them to make their own decisions and challenges and things like that, correct?
Well, yeah. I mean, we work on all sorts of different projects together, and I'm always kind of helping set the bar and helping them, figure out what the next thing is, and then sometimes like they're setting them too. Sam just said the other day, I want to do the Matterhorn again, and so I said, all right, we'll start gearing up for it. But with my younger kids, we kind of pick the mountains. They don't really have a full sense of what each mountain means.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of, we have to kind of train them in this kind of goal setting mindset of doing big, hard things. I mean, you naturally start doing something hard or something that's painful and you stop. And so you need someone there as a coach and as a mentor to keep encouraging you, keep pushing you through it, keep helping you through it. And then feeling at the end when you earn it, it feels so good, and it's each of my boys, the first mountain they climb is called Pingora. And it's in that same place that my wife and I fell in love, in the Cirque of the Towers. And so this last summer, Sam led all the pitches to climb Pingora. He was the leader who sets the rope. And then Sylvan and Joey followed him. And Joey's our youngest, Joey Danger. And
how old is he?
And so he's 5. And so Joey climbed it at 5 this summer, but Sam led all the pitches, and Joey and Silly climbed together, and me and Ann chaperoned. And so, but Sam had to set all the anchors and set up the ropes, and he had me alongside him, coaching him, but he did it all right.
How do you like the responsibility, Sam, of tying in all your brothers?
It's kind of fun.
Did you want to tie them in?
Mm-hmm.
Do you like teaching them?
Mm-hmm.
Are you extra careful when it comes to your brothers?
Yeah, you are.
Well, he's got his dad right there, so he better be.
Now, with your family, don't you set goals every year for your family too? And tell us a little bit about that.
So we set one goal each year. One big goal. We call it our Misagi goal. We see it as it's really so much more than just a goal. It's like this essential thing in our family. And so each goal has 3 rules. One, we pick really visual ones. One's like, actually, here's a picture here of Sylvan on Pingora when he climbed it at 5.
Wow.
And so each of our kids gets one per year, or each. Sorry, the 3 rules. One rule is that it has to be visual. We got to be able to put it on the wall. It's got to be remarkable. So we try to hit records. And then 2, we try to do goals that are so hard you have to work on them a little bit every day. So we want to pick a goal that's like, you have to do all these micro adventures to get ready for it. And then 3, rule number 3 is you can't die. And so you have to be dialed. You have to have the right team. You have to know what you're doing. And you have to be ready. And the weather's got to be perfect to go. And so we always put safety third. It's really important at our house.
Yeah, because you really have to be careful with the weather with what you're doing.
Yeah, because the wind.
How do you get an accurate depiction of the weather and stuff so you know when to climb, when it's safe and not?
Thankfully, with modern technology, it's you can get some good awareness of it. Also, there's clear patterns on these mountains. Like when we're in the Cirque of the Towers, there's a daily pattern that you can research and know, and based on the time of year. And as long as you're on the summit of the mountain by a certain time and off that summit of the mountain by a certain time, you're statistically really safe. But there's always a God factor on mountains. A mountain, you can do everything right, and the mountain can kill you like that. It's like and that's one of the reasons I think you're up there too, is that you are faced with your mortality, and we call it really learning the smallness of your greatness. And it's like
that.
You're at your highest stature, but you're still so weak compared to the maker of these mountains. It's
that is true.
Well, that's really what humility is. Humility is when you grasp the smallness of your greatness. It's not when you shrink yourself to be less than you are. It's when you really stand next to something with a greater nature, and then you respect that and respect yourself where you're at.
Wow, that's like gospel.
Yeah. Now, what do you hope to achieve by having your boys learning to climb with you and all the wonderful things that they're learning going along with climbing?
Well, it's what I hope they achieve too. I want my boys to be able to take on El Capitan sized goals. Like someday Sam is going to face a massive problem in his life, massive thing. And he's going to say, I have no idea how to do this. But I remember a time when I was 8 and I looked up at El Capitan.
And I took it on head first, and I managed to overcome it.
That's
That's a life lesson for anybody. I mean, any father showing their family something, that's a life lesson, just to be able to overcome difficulties and to respect what you're doing. And just learning respect for what you're doing is going to show you respect for everything else in your daily life too. I mean, that's a definite. How do you carry all that stuff up the mountain? Now, that's something else. I mean, you're talking about those beds, but you also got to climb your body weight and everything else. So I mean, how do you do that? I mean, like I said, I'm not a mountain climber. I'm not familiar with the lingo or the gear. How do you carry that much stuff?
So when you climb like a mountain like El Capitan, you everything you need to survive has to go up with you. And the hardest part of that is carrying the water. There's hundreds of pounds of just water that go up the wall. And so what we do is we climb it separately from our haul bags. And then the haul bags have a straight line from there to the next pitch. We rig a line to the next pitch. And then we set up systems that are basically pulley systems where we use our human weight against those systems to lift the bags, going back and forth and pulling on them with leverage. And you can pull your bags up, but it's still a lot of work, but we got to haul it all up. It's
wow.
Hundreds of pounds of water.
Just water. That doesn't include the tents or the food or the
that's
climbing gear.
That's a lot. Everything.
Yeah.
And you have a lot
of gear. Yeah.
Because there's like all that gear is all metal and those ropes got to be heavy. Wow.
Think about how much we use when we can.
Yeah.
No, I mean, that's true. I didn't even think of it that way. I mean,
Heather's going to want to take showers up there. So you got to carry like 3 times.
Yeah, change your clothes, knowing her.
Yeah.
You don't change your clothes at all.
Now, Sam, what is like your biggest goal? If you could just say, this is what I could do, and let's say you even have grown up and were able to decide, where would you want to go next? Besides where you're going, El Capitan, what is your Matador?
Let's hear this.
What's your dream?
Well, what do you think? Just say what comes to your heart then. You can say whatever you want. He's still figuring this out, I think. What are you going to say? A jet setter?
He's so cute.
Yes.
I don't know. I can't.
No.
Just say it.
Remember in
Is it in a game or
the
something?
mouse game?
I don't know the game. What
You know
game?
what the mouse game is?
No.
Not with the money.
I know what you mean. The cash flow game we played.
Yeah.
You want to be a jet setter. So,
honey,
he wants to travel the world.
Yeah, he wants to have a jet and travel the world. He says.
What's wrong with that? Maybe one of these days you could be a pilot.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
You definitely have no problem with heights.
Yeah, that's true. If I want jumping out of planes next, knowing you, it's not high enough.
I want to parachute. My dad used to parachute all the time.
You
I
should
used to watch him. I'm dying to parachute.
Yeah, because her father was one of them G.I. Joes, a cop, SWAT, ex-military, and he did search and rescue diving, and he's jumped out of so many airplanes that at 82 he could barely walk. He's jumped out of so many aircraft.
And I love parachuting.
Oh, I know. And he said he would do it all again because he loves jumping. Absolutely loves it.
Well, it's not that expensive. You can do it, Heather. You just me and my wife are both certified skydivers.
Are you really?
Yeah.
How did I not know that?
And my wife was actually really good at it. And we've jumped out of a lot of planes. But what you want to do is just go to your local drop zone and sign up for what they call the AFF course. It's the Advanced Freefall course. You do 7 jumps. You do 7 hours of ground school, and then you do 7 jumps. And they jump. They have 2 people jumping with you for every jump, but you're not connected to any of them. They jump with you, and they hold on to you, but until you release your own chute. And then when you release your own chute, they coach you with a radio. But
you don't jump tandem?
I've never gone tandem.
So you can jump your first jump, not tandem?
I mean, you know what? I would probably recommend you to do tandem for your first jump. But
I would want to do tandem, I think, just because I know myself, and I'm a bit ADD-HD. Actually, I'm very ADD-HD.
Oh, and you're great.
And I'll be up there in the sky going, woo, look over there, woo, look over there, woo.
Bird.
Whoops, I forgot my shoe.
I got a feeling none of that's true, but because when you jump out of the plane the first time, like all you can see is about this far. Like you have no awareness of anything. Your mind is so blown.
Really?
That's like when I'm doing like 130, 140.
Yeah.
I gotta look like 2 turns ahead.
That's exactly what it is.
I'm gonna be there in 3 seconds.
Oh, I love it. I'll get them to film it too. I got to do it.
Strap that GoPro around your noggin.
Yeah.
Just imagine falling for 60 seconds. Like look at your watch sometime and just imagine that a free fall of that.
That's a long time.
You really are flying up there. You have complete control of where you travel in the air with your body once you learn how to fly. And there's nothing else like it. So you should do it.
I want to do it.
It's crazy safe too.
I'm thinking of doing it for my birthday in March.
Mm-hmm.
It's become way safer to drive to the drop zone than to skydive. Like it's
in one of the countries you can do it when you're 10.
Really? What country is that?
we chat GBT'd it and we found out that there's countries that would allow Sam to skydive.
I love
I'm surprised he's going to
ChatGPT.
base jump soon. He'd climb up the side of the mountain with a parachute and jump off and do base jumping.
Oh, hang gliding.
Me too. We need to get together, Sam.
Yeah, because
I want to bungee jump. I want to hang glide. I want to do a lot of things that I've never gotten to do before.
See, I'm the one that likes to go fast and sideways. She's the one that likes heights.
All right.
I want to go paragliding.
We'll get her the AFF course for Christmas.
I'm gonna look at that.
And sign her up. I'm like,
He's writing it down right now.
listen, you gotta get on this thing. We already paid for it. So
He wrote it down.
I wrote it down. Well, I'm telling you right now, guys, it's been a pleasure having you on a show. We're just about out of time, and Sam, you're a brave kid.
Wait, let me ask
Wait,
you
all
something,
right, you got one
Joe.
more question?
I
Go
have
for it.
a question now.
Okay,
With all the platforms that you have your family on, the social media platforms, besides the fact that it's wonderful because it keeps the memories there forever.
Yeah.
That's one of the things I love about it. We'll always have these memories. What else do you hope to gain by having all of this on the social media?
Okay.
yeah, that's a great question. It almost opens a whole new show, but I'll try to keep it brief. I think that having a personal brand is one of the most valuable things you can give your kids. And my parents grew up in a generation where they believed the best thing they could give their kids was, a college degree.
Yeah.
A college degree these days, everybody has one. And so they really have lost that kind of value that my parents thought it had, and so it's like if you were going to hire somebody and you owned a company, if that person was a professional, would you rather them have a degree or would you rather have them have 500,000 followers?
Yeah.
It's like, which person has more seniority? It's like, well, the 500,000 followers could instantly grow your business.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like that could take you to a whole new place, and
Whole new level.
and so it's my belief that, like, my kids I don't let them, they don't have any devices. Sam doesn't have a phone. He gets to see his social media maybe like once a week, what's being posted, but he loves creating the content, but someday it's going to be his, it's under his name. It's going to be transferred to him, and he's got his own platform to build and to take, and I'll coach him on it. But I think he's going to have a totally different concept of social media when he gets it, instead of him chatting with chicks and and all that and trying to look getting in trouble. He's looking at it. Look, he's already got sponsors. He already has people that are paying him to be on there. And so, like, that's a whole different way of understanding, seeing it as an asset in his life. And that's what we're trying to train our kids in. We're actually very cautious about our kids around the internet, but if you want your kid to succeed in this world, they need to basically have that platform, at least by the time they leave your home, in my opinion. And they need to know how to do that. So it's one of the things I'm training them in.
You guys are really good parents. You are on top of the game. Hats off to you and your wife.
I got people that want to kill me for putting my kids online, so that's good to hear.
You know what? We've got haters too. Don't pay attention to them.
Yeah.
They don't know what they're talking about. You're doing a great job.
Use them as fuel to go forward.
Exactly.
Thank you. It's so fun to be on your show. I can't wait to.
Thank you so
Sam,
much, guys.
you are
Sam,
incredible.
You're amazing.
I really, really enjoyed meeting you. I think you are a wonderful young man.
And you got a great father.
You do. You have a great father, a great mother, and really great brothers. And I think you are just an amazing young man. You're going to come far in life. And you keep climbing, buddy.
Yes. Reach the top.
That's good. Love hearing all that.
Yes. Thank you so much for being on the show, you two. We love you both.
And
We
how
really
can
do.
people watch Sam or get in
a
touch
hold
with
of you?
Sam? If they want to see you, how do they do that?
On Facebook, I think it's Sam Adventure. It's either Sam or Samuel on Facebook. And then on Instagram, it's Samuel Adventure. And Adventure actually is his middle name. So just remember that.
So cool.
That is so cool.
And I got stuck with Lee.
Michael. You're lucky you got a cool dad, Sam.
You really do. You all have a wonderful night, and thank you so very much for being on
thank
the
you for
show.
being on the show. We really appreciate it.
All right, we love
Good luck on your next climb.
Yes, think about us.
All right, see you guys.
Okay, bye-bye, guys.
Bye-bye. Bye, Sam.
Bye.
Bye.
Those two are awesome.
What an amazing
Those two
family.
are awesome. My chair has been shrinking the whole time I've been on
I
here.
know, I've been towering over you.
That's because the little lever on my chair keeps hitting yours. I'm shrinking. I've been
He's
trying to
going
do
down,
this.
down. Really, what an amazing family that was. Just, I love finding out and meeting neat and unique people.
Me and Carrie ran over tonight. It's just been a great show.
It was just, they were too amazing. Sorry. I really enjoyed them, and I hope you guys did too. Just really unique. And on that note, we're going to say you keep it shiny side up,
rubber side down.
Deuces. See you again next week.